Hey Merged family, it's Deanna. I wanted to give you a little intro into this video that we're going to be starting. This is Confessions of a Stepdaughter. I was able to sit down with my stepdaughter Amanda, who's my youngest stepdaughter, while we were out visiting her and her family in Arizona. And I got to ask her 3 questions that she knew about ahead of time. And she got to ask me 3 questions that I knew nothing about. So this is part 1 where we each ask each other a question. So I hope you enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome to the Merged Family YouTube channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure that you subscribe and give us a likes and a thumbs up. Hey, I want to tell you a little bit about our family. Our family is made up of 4 girls. I have 3 stepdaughters and 1 biological daughter. And today I get to do round robin interviews with Amanda, number 3 stepdaughter, but number 1 in my heart.
Much better.
So what Mandy and I are going to do today is we each have 3 questions that we're going to ask each other. So do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, Mandy's going to ask the question first.
Yeah. So you and Dad have been married for 21 years, which would put me at roughly being like 1 when you got married. So, no, it's not how that works. But if you could go back, let's say 22 years, and give yourself a piece of advice. Obviously, I don't think that you would ever want to do anything over or change.
Actually, there are things that I would change.
Okay. But what would be maybe some advice that you would give yourself prior to entering a merged family?
So if I could go back 22 years, before you were born.
Yes.
I would really tell myself that it's going to take time. We're not going to be one big happy family right away. That the kids that I'm going to be merging my life with have hurts. That really at that point I was unaware of, like really how deeply divorce hits children, what your brain development is during that age period, and then what adding a traumatic thing like a divorce will do to it. And then it, even though it was happy for your dad and I, it was dramatic to put you through like a remarriage too, because you had the family that you grew up in, and then we got married and we did things a little bit different, and then your mom got remarried and they did things a little bit different. So I would definitely tell myself to relax, let it know it's going to take time. Don't be so controlling. Like I wanted everything to be perfect. It was almost like I had the idea of I could be a better mom than your mom, and I was going to show everybody that I could be, which was really high and mighty of me.
How'd that work out for you?
Because I was, a whopping 27 years old. I knew how to raise a kid to 2, but that was it.
Yeah.
So, does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. So my question for you, my first question is, what was the hardest part about being in a stepfamily?
I think for me, because I am such a people pleaser type of an individual, that even at such a young age, it was hard for me, I think, to find the balance between am I loving this person too much who isn't my biological, whether it's sibling or parent, and is that going to then hurt the other person?
Right.
And so for me that was finding that balance of no, this isn't going to hurt the other adult in my life, so being able to love you without, and showing you that without upsetting my mom.
Yeah, it's divided loyalties, I think.
It really was, and I think at the whopping age of 9 when you guys got married, but even before that, when you and Dad started dating, and having this, I wanted to have that connection, I think, with you, and then also to please Dad. But likewise, when my mom started dating her now husband, and not because I'm such a big daddy's girl, not wanting to hurt him, because I felt like I needed to please my mom by loving her husband.
But you do love your stepdad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, and I was actually sharing this with Dad a couple days ago, that when I'm interacting, so anytime somebody asks, like, how many siblings do you have, that's a can
You got
of
like a
worms.
dozen.
They have no idea what they're getting themselves into with my response. But I always say I have 2 of each. I have 2 biological sisters, I have 2 half siblings, and then I have 2 step siblings. And anytime that I'm talking with Jordan, who I consider my half sister, because it's just easier that way. And also it's just the way that I feel that I connect with her.
And so if you don't know, Steve adopted Jordan when she was about 5 years old. So we had a step-parent adoption. That's why Mandy considers her half. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. So anytime that I'm talking with Jordan, I always refer to you and Dad as Mom and Dad. Because I think before it was a chore, and it's something I had to remind myself to do when I was younger, because I didn't want there to be anything else that kind of separated Jordan and I. We never lived together, so there was already that distance between us, and we didn't have that sibling relationship. But then I think it just became natural. Anytime that I spoke with Jordan, it was always Mom and Dad. And then likewise with my half brother Travis, it's always Mom and Dad, not Mom and Mike.
Right.
But definitely growing up, that was finding that balance, and it being okay that I had a relationship with Jordan. It wasn't going to upset my 2 older siblings. And then with you guys as adults building that bond, that was, I think, the hardest for me, was that I didn't want to be disloyal.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, because you're the youngest of the 3 biological daughters of Steve, I definitely see that. I want everybody to be happy. You were always hugging on people. You were always trying to make us laugh. So, like, I don't think you can hang everything on birth order, but I can look at you and Stephanie and Jessica, and I can definitely see, like, clear lines of birth order, although, like I said, we can't hang our hats on that all the time.
Yeah. I mean, we all definitely handled it differently.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you look at Stephanie, she was the one that, she wanted everybody to be happy too, but she would kind of work for it. Like, hers were more, everybody needs to feel good about everybody else, where you were just like, I'm going to be the family clown and we're going to have fun. And then, you know, Jessica was a little bit more, that's the word I'm looking for. We love Jessica, but she was definitely a middle child, and all the kids had issues, I think, when we got married. And I just, oh man, I wish I had the knowledge now that I had then. And I would hope that new stepmoms or stepdads, whichever, really would listen to what Mandy's saying, because this is an inside view to an actual stepkid that has lived this for 21 years. So, and now she's a mom, which probably gives you more perspective as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks for watching part 1 of Confessions of a Stepdaughter. Tune in next time, and we will get to part 2 with my interview with Amanda. In the meantime, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell. Thanks.